cougar pauses in the hunt. Rams of the Mount Baxter Bighorn herd gather in an unusual crowd scene while on the way to their winter range in Pinino National Forest. You know the rams. McGee Creek emerging from a stand of lodgepole pine at 10,400 feet. Swamp Whitehead. Morning sun on a small rapid. Refractive spore pods of a polytrichum moss. A train wrecker fungus. A common garter snake. A bee fly seeking its host. The cone of a white bark pine its nuts eaten. Looking downstream at storm clouds building in McKee Canyon. See? A creekside pattern, raindrops and sedge. A mosquito emerging from its larva case. A yellow-legged frog awaiting a meal. A sawfly about to deposit her eggs. A wingless crane fly. Hummingbird's favorite paintbrush. A closer look, paintbrush at dusk. Nearing McGee's source. An alpine chipmunk eating the day's last meal. A shooting star at lakeside. The source, Lower McGee Lake. A stand of stately white firs bears the weight of a heavy springtime snowfall in the middle elevations of Sequoia National Park. See? A light snowfall freshens the wintry landscape of framing Wolverton Creek in Sequoia National Park. The snow is melting even before it stops falling, a sure sign that mountain spring is just around the corner. See? Imprisoned in the ice at an altitude of 11,500 feet, a spiky seed stalk of timothy grass awaits the liberating warmth of the spring sun. For plants high up in the Sierra, the end of winter is retarded by nightly freezes, continuing well into July. See? A patch of snow above, melting slowly on a mountainside, erodes into a miniature peaks and valleys. After a snowy winter, the thick pack may not be melt off completely until mid-August. Hibernation over, ladybird beetles ripe emerge glistening wet from rotten logs and rock crevices to sun themselves. After a few days, they fly to the lowlands to feed on aphids. See? Comment below if you watched a show called Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir. A fast-growing snow plant, one of the first to appear in the forests, pokes its scaly head through a mat of twigs and pine needles. Within a week or so, the fleshy stalk grows to a height of 8 to 12 inches. Then its scales curl back, exposing about 2 dozen bell-shaped crimson flowers. The plant is repetitively poisonous. The Indians used it as a remedy for a toothache. That's like an older style of toothbrush here. Adaptable and persistent, a yellow cinquefoil shrub flourishes in the meager soil of a rocky niche. Watered into vigorous bloom by a spray from milk-swollen waterfalls, the wind-blown scenes of this perennial take root almost anywhere they fall in the middle altitudes. In the open meadows, cinquefoil grows tall and coarse, but on a windswept slope, it becomes stunted, ground-hugging bush. Look at all the flowers here. Far left, springing up from the floor of a drying meadow, Mariposa lilies put forth elegant blooms and long arching grass-like leaves. Most of their blossoms are creamy white, though rarer species produce flowers of yellow, red, lilac, and purple. The bulbs which the lilies grow were an important food for several Indian tribes. The Yosemites roasted and ate them gracefully as a gift from the gods. Left, the tender sprout of a thistle breaks the raw earth shortly after the snow melts. The smooth, pale shoot scarcely resembles the briefly modeled plant that soon develops from it. Top right, a young mayflower basking on a rush branch whiles away its short lifespan as an adult. Myriads of mayfly larvae hatch in peaceful meadow pools where most are gobbled up by rainbow trout. Those that survive grow wings and quickly breed a new generation, then sleep and die within 2 days of the time when they were hatched. Bottom right, a young newt lurks beneath a branch of a cliff-break fern, protecting its sensitive skin from the sun and concealing itself from prey and predator. The newts hatch in ponds and streams and spend their first winter under the ice and as larvae. By spring, they reach full growth, 7 inches long, and develop legs and lugs for land travel, but they are seldom found very far from water. This flower. Blooming on alpine slope, 11,400 feet high near Elizabeth Pass in Sequoia National Park, paintbrush left and blue flax announced the coming of spring in mid-July. Both plants keep their blossoms through summer and fall, seasons crowded into 7 or 8 weeks. Then they fade within the first hard frost in the beginning of September. This is paintbrush. This is blue flax. Near twilight, a camper's tent stands anchored to a trail signpost rare on a gale-swept ridge high in the Sierra. See? The parallel gashes marring this alpine meadow were caused not by four-wheeled vehicle, but by horses' hooves and hikers' feet. The meadows here are fragile because of the short summer at these altitudes. The soil remains moist, and the grasses never root deeply. When animals and hikers keep trudging at the same trail, they form a rut that is then deepened, often beyond repair, by frequent summer showers. See? Cathedral spires from the base of El Capitan at 1 p.m. Granite and oak, League Meadow at 7:30 p.m. Rileyville Fall, 5:30 a.m. Sunrise over Half Dome from League Meadow at 7:30 a.m. Lower Yosemite Falls at nightfall, 9 p.m. Sunrise on the Arched Merced River, 7 a.m. Clark Range and Half Dome from Glacier Point, 8:30 p.m. Well, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this book. Comment below if you enjoyed this book and would recommend it. And join me in the next video where we explore the Sierra Madre. Bye.